I just said the being a European isn't just a plot of land. Being a European is about blood and spirit. These people form the core of American identity. What it means to be American is ultimately what it means to be a white person here.
How so? Because
essential.
Because the reality is here. Dr. King talked about.
And I want to maintain that.
Dr. King talked about it was black people who actually made America live up to the ideals that they wrote on a sheet of paper. That there were white Americans who talked about, we want the nation to be this, when the reality is that's not what they were living up to. It was black folks who made that a reality when it came to the Constitution. When you say all men are created equal, we had a nation where it wasn't all men are created equal.
I myself am critical of the Founding Fathers. However, clearly they did not believe in multiracial equality. Clearly, if you look at the first...
And you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with that. I do not believe that everyone's equal.
So you don't believe in multiracial equality?
No. I mean, I don't think anyone does, actually. I mean, do you really think that all people are equal in talents and identity and worldview?
No, that's not what that means. No. When you say all people are created equal, that means that the moment you are born, we're going to treat you in the same way as we treat everybody else. Now, what you do with your life, what you do with your talents is different. There are many areas I'm quite sure I'm far more talented than you.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you don't have talent, but what it means is that when you are born, we're going to be treated as equals. Equal American, equal American. So in your worldview, are you saying white folks should be treated as a greater American than if you're black or Latino or Asian or Native American?
At this point, I want white people to have the same rights that all other people do. The fact is,
what rights that white folks don't have?
All institutions, in terms of legal rights, yes, everyone has the same thing. In terms of what institutions are actually doing, absolutely no. White people do not have the rights of minorities.
How so? In what?
I'll go into it. In terms of federal hiring, absolutely. Federal hiring is geared towards not hiring more white men.
Stop. Say it again.
Federal hiring.
Let me ask you a question. How many white men in the United States Senate?
That's not federal hiring.
No. Answer my question. How many white men in the United States Senate?
I don't know the exact number.
More than 80%.
Sure.
Okay. How many white staffers? See, you said hiring. That's hiring, correct?
Right.
How many white staffers in Congress?
A lot.
A lot. Define a lot.
I don't know.
It's in excess of 80%. So please show me how. No. That's federal hiring. It's federal hiring. So you say no. Hold up. That's federal hiring. So I'm trying to understand something here. You said like all of a sudden, oh my God, it's so rough for us.
Do you think affirmative action is not at play in federal hiring?
Actually, hold up.
Every department on down. Give me a break.
Actually, do you know what the greatest affirmative action policy was in this country?
Slavery?
No, that wasn't affirmative action. Okay. That was free labor. The greatest affirmative action policy in America was the GI Bill. And do you know who benefited from the GI Bill?
White people.
Your grandfathers.
Yes.
Do you know who did not benefit from the GI Bill? The same black folks who fought alongside in World War II, who also bled for this country, and when they came back. So when you talk about affirmative action, that is the greatest affirmative action bill in the history of America. Do you know who's benefited greater from affirmative action policies? First of all, who created affirmative action?
White people, probably.
Okay, Richard Nixon, President Richard Nixon,
right.
1969, Arthur Fletcher was there as well. Who is the greatest beneficiary of affirmative action?
The greatest beneficiary? I would say African Americans.
You know, that's a lie.
Okay.
Do you have a girlfriend or wife?
Yes.
Is she white?
Yes.
She's the greatest beneficiary of affirmative action. White women have benefited more from affirmative action than anybody else in America.
That's a fact. Sexist here, Martin.
No, it's not sexist. That's a fact. So the fact is, so when you say affirmative action, whiite folks.
Might be the case.
No, it's not might. White women have benefited from affirmative action more than any other group.
I'll go with you to that.
No. So when you're saying, oh my goodness, affirmative action, why should not getting hired in the federal government? That's a lie.
Oh, that's fine. Look, this is what I'm saying. Let's look at Silicon Valley. Every spring, these big companies, Apple, Google, Facebook, will release diversity reports. And they will basically say, we are focused on not hiring white men.
Really?
Yes.
Hold on one second.
Look at all the diversity.
I'll stay right there. Hold on one second. I'm going to go to a break. See, here's the problem, Richard. This is the problem when you're a smart black man who can read. Have you seen their diversity numbers?
Yes, whites are underrepresented in this corporation.
All right, when we come back, we're going to do a fact check for Richard here when it comes to Silicon Valley. According to this report right here from the federal government, top 75 Silicon Valley tech firms. Whites, 47% of the workforce. Asian Americans, 41%. Hispanics, 6%. African Americans, 3%. Now, would women make up? No. So what you're saying is we don't have enough white people in Silicon Valley?
No, what I'm saying is white people, those numbers that you just read reveal that white people are underrepresented as a percentage in the population in Silicon Valley. Exactly what I said.
So are white people underrepresented when it comes to Fortune 500 CEOs?
No, not in terms of CEOs.
Okay, are white people underrepresented when it comes to a board of directors members of Fortune 500 CEOs?
Probably not.
White people are underrepresented when it comes to corporate officers of Fortune 500 CEOs.
This is called moving the goalposts.
No, it's not. No, here's the deal. What you're saying is this here, okay, in this sector, oh my God, we only have 47% of white people. We need, so what do you want? You want 70, 80, 90?
No, what I'm saying is that these corporations, by their own explicit admission, are trying to hire less white people and less white men.
So you're saying,
release reports.
So are you saying they're not hiring people who are the smartest?
No, I don't think they're hiring people merely because they're the smartest.
So you're upset that you're upset. No, I'm trying to understand. You're upset that 47% of white people work in Silicon Valley, but you have no problem with 90% of the Fortune 500 CEOs being white.
I see what you're saying.
No, I'm asking yes or no. Do you like and accept that 90%, 80+% of Fortune 500 CEOs are white men?
Look,
are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Do you prefer that?
Sure.
So what you're saying is what you want whites being majority in control of every sector in America.
What I want, look, I'm not an economic thinker in terms of politics. What I want are politicians similar to Donald Trump who really want to protect the people here, who don't think just in terms of global population.
Who's the people?
Who are the people?
Right.
Whites are still a majority in this country.
No. But you said the people. So he's black, she's black, he's white, I'm black, Latino. Are we in the people?
Yes, clearly you are citizens of this country.
Okay, so if we're in the people, then why can't we also have jobs?
I care about the country itself, but I really care about European Americans.
Okay, but
all of these institutions, institutions are dedicated to discriminating against people like me.
Hold on.
By their own admission, they are.
If whites are dominating jobs in banking, if whites are dominating jobs on Wall Street, if whites are dominating hedge funds, if whites are dominating NFL owners and NBA owners, if whites are dominating the major sectors, how in the world can you somehow say, oh my God, it's rough for us white people out here? It's not. If you're saying that, how are whites dominating the number of jobs on Capitol Hill? How are whites dominating the number of jobs in the White House? How are whites dominating jobs all across America? And you're saying it's not enough white people, so stop hiring those minorities. They don't need jobs. We got to make sure us white people keep getting jobs. Is that what you're saying?
It doesn't surprise me at all that whites succeed. We have succeeded throughout the centuries. We are a people of great genius and ambition. So none of that surprises me. In terms of looking at all of these CEOs, a lot of these are older people. They're from a generation they come from a generation with a very different population. What I'm more worried about right now are younger people. These institutions are actively, explicitly trying to discriminate against them in terms of hiring.
How?
It's unfair.
How?
I don't like it. But even worse, this is moving towards a country that is not going to be the country that we want.
Well, no. We say the country that we want. I'm still trying to understand because you still haven't answered my question.
Because Europeans build societies that everyone wants to come to be honest.
Okay.
Where are the Syrian refugees?
Hold on, you said
when they're
built
invading,
it.
Where are they going? They're going to Central Europe. They're going to Western Europe.
You said built.
Yes.
Who built the railroads in America and allow for us to have expansion out west? Who built that?
Yes, a lot of Chinese people.
You said the operative word there was built. Built. Who built? Okay.
Who designed them? Who had the genius to imagine railroads? Europeans.
The genius to imagine railroads. Okay.
Yeah.
But you said.
Are there railroads in Africa?
You said yes. You said built.
Why?
You said. Hold up. You said. Okay. First of all.
That is absolutely true.
First of all, the greatest genius when it came to the building of the pyramids. Do you know what
those are? White people, by the way.
Who are white people?
The Egyptians are not African. I'm sorry.
Do you know where Egypt is?
Yes, it's in North Africa.
Okay, stop. Stop right there. You just said that you said the Egyptians are not African.
Are white South Africans African?
Wait. Yes, they are African. See, okay, to be African means you come from the continent of Africa. So if you come from the continent of Africa, that's who you are. So that means you're an African. So and you do know